Hello everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. I am Saran. So in this video, I'm gonna share some of the very important information for those who are landing in Canada. The things you need to do when you land at the airport. The very first thing you will do is you will go ahead and you will, in today's scenario, what you need to do is you need to fill a form related to the COVID. You need to provide the information that where you are gonna quarantine yourself, right? And after that there will be a machine, a computer, where you need to scan your passport. At that point you are also needed to provide some of the information, that is like you are not having some illegal things and all that stuff, right? And after that, after you scan your passport there, you will get a slip from that, right? And ahead you will move to the border officer, which is very important thing, and you must have all the documents required. Either you are student or the work permit holder or the PR holder, right? When you will go to the border officer, he will decide either you will enter the country or not the immigration one. Immigration comes after the border officer allows you to go ahead, right? So at the border officer, when you will be asked some of the questions related to why you want to come to Canada, what are the purpose, right? If you are a student, you need to provide all the information that I am a student. They may ask some questions related to what is your college, what is your course, and all that stuff, right? And if you are having a work permit, then he may ask you about your work permit, which kind of work permit you are having, right? And if you are having the PR, then they will not ask as much questions related to what they have asked for the students or the work permit holders. They will just guide you about what you need to do further, right? And then the next step is you will move ahead. If they allow you to go ahead, you will collect your luggage from the belt. This may be the last step as well, or you can collect it before going to the immigration, right? And then if you have collected your luggage before, you need to go to the immigration office, right? Going to the immigration is very important for those who are arriving in Canada for the very first time. Either you are a student, either you are work permit holder, or either you are having PR. For those who are coming for the very first time, need to go to the immigration. I'm repeating that. Do not forget the immigration part. People generally do this mistake. They go to the border officer, then they collect their luggage and exit from the airport, right? So that is wrong. You need to collect study permit, work permit, or the co-PR. Right? If you are a student, you will be provided with a study permit, which is very important. That will be asked at every step you do further, right? So at that point, you need to check out your name, your age, or everything which is mentioned in the study permit, right? You can go online and check it, how the study permit looks like. And the very important thing for the students to check is they must note that at the very bottom of the study permit, there must be written you are allowed to work on or off campus, right? For 20 hours. The limit should be mentioned. You can ask the immigration officer if it is not written, but be polite with them, right? Here is the study permit sample, that how it looks like. And in the conditions, you can see that first condition is may accept employment on the campus of the institute at which registered in full-time studies. So here may be written as you may accept employment off campus or on campus, right? So that may be the conditions. You need to check that, and you are eligible to work for 20 hours, right? You need to check all that information, all the conditions provided, and then only you will leave the immigration office, right? And if you have come here as the work permit holder, you need to collect that from the immigration officer. And if you are having the PR, then you need to collect the co-PR, or you can say it as COPR, that is refers to as the confirmation of permanent residence, right? And if you have forget this step to go to the immigration officer and you haven't collected your study permit or the work permit or the co-PR, you need to go to the borders, right, to collect that. Otherwise you will not be like, if you go to the bank, they ask for the study permit and all that stuff, right? So it is very, very important to have that. At every step you will require it. And if you don't collect it from the immigration officer at the airport, you need to go to the borders. And for your kind information, they are closed and you will not be allowed to go to the borders and collect that. And if they will open, then there are many problems you will face there, so do not skip that part, right? And the very important thing for the PR holders when they will receive their co-PR is check your address, your name, your spouse name if you are married, right? So that is very, very important. If you have changed your address, like you will get your PR card on the address you have provided to the immigration officer. So if you change your home or your apartment or something like that, you need to specify, you need to provide that information to the immigration officer, right? Otherwise you will not receive your PR card. That will come by mail, right? So which is very, very important. Keep these things in mind. And if you are a student, I have provided that information too. And if you are the work permit holder, check all your address, spouse names and all that stuff. So it is very, very important things. If there is mistake, you can ask the immigration officer to correct it right away, right? And the very last step, you will leave the airport after you have received your documents from the immigration officer, right? You will collect your luggage and then you will leave the airport. At the very last point, you may stuck there. There may be the officers who may ask to check your luggage, that what stuff you are having. Is there any illegal thing you are carrying? Is there any stuff you are there to sell to anybody, right? So they may ask to check it. That is like 0.1% they may ask you. And so these are the things you need to keep in mind. If you have any queries, please let me know in the comment section below. And if I have missed some point, you can ask me in the comment section. And I will let you know about some of the information regarding the SIN number and bank statements or something like that. So stay tuned for the next upcoming video. Thank you and bye-bye. Thanks for watching my video.